In the quiet village of Umozara, where the morning mist rolled lazily over the green hills and the air smelled of ripe odala fruits, lived a woman named Inenna. She was known far and wide, not for wealth or power, but for the burden she carried. 15 years of marriage without a child. 15 years of whispered insults. 15 years of watching younger wives bear children while her arms remained empty. She had done everything. She had walked barefoot to the Aho market to buy the most potent herbs from the Dibia, hoping they would open her womb. She had bathed in the Ogurugu River, where the Uhamiri water spirit was said to bless barren women. She had even tied red cloth around her waist and danced at the feet of the Allah deity, begging for a child. And finally, after years of pain and waiting, the gods answered. Obim, Obim, I have good news, she said as she danced for joy. What is it, my wife? Her husband, Okeke, asked her with eagerness. The gods have finally answered our prayers. They have blessed my womb with a seed. Ha! Praise be to the gods! Her husband shouted in excitement. When her belly grew full, the village women gathered in her compound, singing songs of praise to Chukwokike Abiyama. When the baby arrived, a strong, healthy boy, her husband Okeke slaughtered a goat in thanksgiving. They named him Obinna, father's heart, for he was the pride of his father and the joy of his mother. But from the moment he entered the world, Obinna was different. He cried more than any child born in his time. Obinna's cries shook the walls of their huts. He cried in the morning, he cried at night, he cried in his sleep, he cried while feeding. No matter how much Inenna rocked him, no matter how many charms the Dibia gave, the crying never stopped. At first, Inenna was patient. The gods have tested me for 15 years, she told herself. I will endure this too. But days turned into weeks, weeks into months, and the crying only grew worse. The villagers began to talk. That child cries like someone chased by spirits, said Mama Uju, the nosy neighbor. Maybe he's an Obanje, whispered Nwaka, an old woman known for her knowledge of spirit children. Such children never stay. They return to the spirit world. But Inenna refused to believe it. The gods gave me this child. He is not an Obanje, she snapped whenever anyone suggested it. She went from Dibia to Dibia, desperate for a cure. One told her to bathe him in river water mixed with bitter leaves. Another gave her a charm wrapped in black cloth to tie around his waist. Yet another instructed her to whisper his name backwards at midnight to confuse the spirits. Nothing worked. The crying continued. Okeke, her husband, tried to be patient, but even he grew frustrated. Sleep became a luxury. Inenna, we must find a stronger Dibia, he said one night after another sleepless evening. But even the strongest dibia in Zara had no cure for a child that refused to be comforted. One evening, after an exhausting day at the farm, Nnenna returned home to find Obinna wailing again. His voice ran through the compound, sharp and unrelenting. Her head pounded, her body ached, sweat dripped down her face. She picked him up, rocking him. He cried louder. She hummed a song. He screamed. She bounced him in her arms. Still, he wailed. Something inside her snapped. "Jim! Obinna! Must you cry every day?" She shouted, shaking with frustration. Her voice echoed through the compound. The evening air stilled. She stepped outside and in a moment of weakness, yelled words that should never have been spoken. "I wish you would just be quiet." The wind howled. The trees rustled as if something unseen had passed through them. Unknown to Nnenna, a dark spirit had been lurking in the shadows. It was an Ajommo, an evil spirit that roamed the land, waiting for careless wishes to grant. It stopped. It listened. Then it smiled. "Your wish is granted, woman," it whispered. That night, for the first time since his birth, Obinna slept soundly. The next morning, Nnenna awoke to silence. No cries, no screams. She blinked, confused. Is he sick? She wondered. She placed a hand on his forehead. No fever. She clapped her hands above his face. His eyes fluttered open. "Obinna?" He yawned, but he did not cry. For the first time in nearly 3 years, peace filled the house. The villagers noticed. "Ha! Nnenna, your son no longer cries. The gods have answered you." She smiled, believing it was a miracle. She even offered palm oil at the shrine of Allah, thanking the earth goddess for finally bringing her peace. For the first time in years, she slept through the night. For the first time in years, she felt like a normal mother. But something was wrong. Days passed, then weeks and months. Obinna was not just quiet, he was silent, completely. At first she ignored it. Maybe he's just enjoying the silence. Then, one evening, as the sun set over the village, painting the sky in hues of red and orange, she called out to him, "Obinna, come inside." He turned to her, eyes wide and innocent, but he said nothing. A strange feeling crept up her spine. She knelt beside him. "Obinna, say mama," she urged, smiling. His lips did not move. Fear gripped her. She clapped her hands. She made funny faces. She even tickled him. Nothing. Her son had not only stopped crying, he had stopped talking altogether. At first, she told herself it was nothing. Maybe he's learning. Maybe he's just quiet now. But deep inside, she knew the truth. This was not normal. Something was wrong. The silence she had begged for The peace she had prayed for had turned into a curse. And now she would do anything to take back those words. Hi, my lovely viewers. Hope you are enjoying the story. If you are, kindly click the like button and subscribe for more interesting stories. Also, stay tuned for the next episode. Let us watch and see what happens next. Bye.